So my name is Gabe, and I am the IT director at Evernote. My role at Evernote is mostly to do with our corporate infrastructure, and that will range from managing our directory services, as well as all of our SaaS applications. And that all falls to my team to properly manage access to and from things, as well as um, onboarding new platforms and identifying new solutions. When I started, I think there were, let's see, maybe 300 total users across the corporate landscape of Evernote. So it's grown, by 30%, 40% over the course of that time. But my team has not grown much more than my team has not grown at all. Actually, we have the same number of people as when I first started. So our offboarding document, that was sort of the one that was the most lengthy and sort of inefficient process. So I would say somewhere on the order of maybe 30 minutes per offboard. And so if they had more than a few, that's a significant cost. That's a significant amount of bandwidth for one person to have to take care of. And there were times when, my help desk team, who does the deprovisioning, they would run out of time at the end of the day, and then I would have to step in and sort of pick up where they left off, or we'd have to identify the most critical pieces to take care of and then offload all that to the next day. One of the big issues that I was facing with offboard specifically was that when someone cycled out of my team, they would have to go through and basically get trained on how to do this offboarding process. So it would ostensibly take a new person probably, an hour or more to go through the first one, just to get familiar with where they were going and where they had to click and where they had to check and where they had to double check and all that. And it would take them a little bit of time to even get up to the point where it would take about 30 minutes or so. When I took over full time, I definitely had seen a lot of these manual processes and these inefficiencies that the team had been just kind of operating under for quite some time. And so I started to do research on, well, is there a way that we can, build in more automations into our IT processes, so that we can, minimize some of the human error that was present, especially in terms of provisioning and deprovisioning accounts. No other department or no other piece of the organization was necessarily pressuring me to say, like, well, we need to make these things more efficient. But for me, it was a matter of, if I can mine efficiency in these processes that my team controls, and I can make those things a little bit shorter, then I can take the time that these people are investing in these manual processes and redirect them into other things that we have to do. The reason why we replaced Tray was usability. No one could figure out how it was configured in the first place. It was very obscure, the way that they had cobbled it all together. And the person on my team who had been working with Tray to get the thing onboarded, he didn't actually even do much of the work himself. He just offloaded it all onto the Tray professional services people. So he didn't even fully understand how it was supposed to be working either, which was a big problem because he left the organization because of the, let's say, large and growing catalog of applications and connectors that are available within Workato. I started to see not only that it was going to help us on the IT team, specifically in these singular use cases, but also expand out and make it available to all other teams. we've been able to take down our offboarding from like 30 minutes per person, probably down to maybe 5. There are still some. I'm all about the culture of continuous improvement, right? So there's still some more things that I would like to see improved within our workout recipes, which would bring that even down even further. The fact that, my team that I have now understands what the automation is supposed to be doing, now understands, what what the pathway is for this particular trigger to have an end result over here. Not only does that sort of get us the result that we want, which is this one sort of action that happens, but also has allowed me to throw more sort of, throw more ideas at my team. What I'm looking to do is kind of be, like IT superstars. Like that's what I would love to see my team be able to, identify the most common questions or most common IT requests that come in. And I think that automation works well for that, because I know that everybody across every team, probably just across every organization, people do things manually all the time. And if we can just sort of use it as sort of almost like an education platform, it's like, you don't have to do it that way. You actually have an opportunity to, like, we can help you to upload all of those Google Drive files automatically, rather than having to download them all from your email and then upload them all into these individual folders.